In the heart of a bustling village stood the great River Ombu, a source of life, wealth, and mystery for the villagers. Its waters sparkled in the sunlight, providing fish and fertile soil for the community. Yet, it was said to be a river that demanded respect and appeasement. Among the villagers was Kanya, a 28-year-old fisherman who struggled to make ends meet. He was known for his tireless efforts, but his nets often came up empty. Each day, he watched other fishermen return with bountiful catches, while he sat on the riverbank in frustration. One day, as Kanya sat staring at the water, a peculiar shadow rippled beneath the surface. It was not a fish or the reflection of a bird, it was darker, deeper, and seemed alive. Kanya leaned closer, then suddenly, a voice echoed around him. "Kanya, your hard work will never yield rewards unless you prove yourself worthy of the river's blessing," the voice said. Startled, Kanya stumbled back. He searched for the source of the voice, but no one was near. Shaking his head, he decided it was a figment of his imagination and returned home. That night, the shadow appeared in his dreams, larger and more menacing. The voice spoke again, "Come to the river tomorrow night, and I will change your destiny." The next evening, under the light of the full moon, Kanya approached the riverbank. He carried a basket of fruits and grains, as the voice had instructed in his dream. The water began to ripple, and the shadow emerged, revealing itself as a grotesque creature, a mix of human and fish, with glowing red eyes. "I am the spirit of Ombu," it declared. "Do you seek fortune?" Kanya hesitated but eventually nodded. "Yes. I want to be the wealthiest fisherman in the village." The spirit grinned, its teeth sharp and gleaming. "Your wish will be granted, but everything comes with a price." "What price?" Kanya asked, his voice trembling. "Each full moon, you will bring offerings to the river. If you fail, the river will take back its blessing, along with your soul." Desperation outweighed caution, and Kanya agreed. From that moment, his nets overflowed with fish. The villagers marveled at his sudden prosperity. He built a new hut, wore fine clothes, and became a man of influence in the community. But with his wealth came suspicion. Amara, a young and observant woman in the village, noticed Kanya's nightly visits to the river. Her intuition told her something was amiss. One night, she decided to follow him. Hiding behind a tree, she watched as Kanya knelt before the river, whispering prayers and placing offerings at its edge. The water rippled violently, and the spirit emerged. Amara gasped but kept silent, watching as Kanya cowered before the creature. She knew she had to act, but fear paralyzed her. She waited until the spirit disappeared before confronting Kanya. "Kanya, what are you doing?" she demanded. Kanya's face turned pale. "You don't understand. This is the only way I can survive." Amara's eyes filled with determination. "You've made a deal with something evil. This won't end well." Kanya dismissed her concerns, but Amara was relentless. She sought counsel from Elder Ozi, the village's wisest man. After hearing her account, Ozi nodded gravely. "The spirit of Ombu thrives on fear and greed. It must be challenged with wit and courage," he said. Together, Amara and Ozi devised a plan. On the next full moon, Amara accompanied Kanya to the river. As the spirit emerged, she stepped forward boldly. "I see you, spirit of Ombu," she said. "If you are truly powerful, you will prove it by answering my riddles." The spirit laughed, its voice echoing across the water. "You dare challenge me? Very well. But if you fail, your soul will be mine." Amara nodded. "And if I succeed, you will release Kanya from your grasp forever." The spirit agreed, and the challenge began. Amara presented the first riddle: "I am not alive, but I grow. I have no lungs, yet I need air. What am I?" The spirit snarled, but after a moment, it answered, "Fire." Amara nodded and continued with a second riddle: the more you take from me, the bigger I get. What am I? The spirit hesitated but eventually answered, a hole. For the final riddle, Amara said, I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I? The spirit roared in frustration, unable to answer. Its form began to fade as the water churned violently. You have bested me, it growled. But know this, greed will always bring destruction. With that, the spirit vanished, and the river returned to its calm state. Kanya fell to his knees, weeping. I'm sorry, he said. I let my desperation blind me. Amara placed a hand on his shoulder. You can make things right. Use your wealth to help the village and honor the river without greed. From that day on, Kanya shared his fortune with the community. The villagers restored their rituals to honor the river respectfully, ensuring its balance was never disturbed again. The river remained a source of life, its shadow a reminder of the dangers of greed and the power of courage and wisdom.